Natural gas. Lower carbon. Abundant. Yet 60% of the world's natural gas reserves remain untapped and locked away far offshore, unreachable via conventional means. The challenge: unlocking these vast reserves to meet the world's growing energy needs. Our answer: a bold vision, an industry first, a feat of engineering years in the making. People, experience and innovation coming together to change the face of the liquefied natural gas industry. A global partnership seeking to adapt the entire LNG processing chain to withstand harsh and challenging offshore environments. A team of dedicated men and women bringing these breakthrough technologies to life. We have proven the success of this revolutionary advances with the highest standards of safety. Petronas is proud to deliver the first cargo from the world's first floating LNG facility, PFLNG-1. Through collaboration and trust, we have delivered our promise and provided a cleaner energy solution at the pace which the industry demands. Today we conquer a new frontier, both for Malaysia and beyond. Today, we unlock a new energy future for the world.
Hi and a very good day to Dr. GOURI. We are from Group 1 and will be presenting about our company that is Petronas. Without further ado, let us start introducing ourselves. My name is FIKRIHAKIM bin AZAHARI and these are my team members.
My name is Izzuddin Farhan.
I am AINA AQILAH binti AZRIN.
Hi, I'm NURUL binti RAFIZAL.
My name is NURUL NATASYAH binti Muhammad YUSOF.
Petronas, also known as Petroleum Nasional Berhad, is a Malaysian oil and gas company that was founded on 17th of August 1974. It is wholly owned by the government. The corporation is vested with the entire oil and gas resources in Malaysia and is entrusted with the responsibility of developing and adding value to these resources. Petronas' vision is to be a leading oil and gas multinational of people's choice, while its mission is to develop and add value to petroleum resources wherever it operates, converting these resources into higher value products that will satisfy the needs of customers and bring benefits to the people. Petronas' goal is to provide responsible energy solutions that power progress. Meanwhile, there are 4 sustainability lenses that Petronas focus on with their own objective. Firstly is to continue value creation. Next is to safeguard the environment. Third is positive social impact. And lastly is responsible governance.
Now, let's look into the strength of Petronas. Firstly, Petronas remain the most valuable and powerful oil and gas brands. According to Brand Finance 2022 annual report on the most valuable and powerful ONG brands, Petronas has retained its position as the world's strongest oil and gas brand for the 3rd consecutive year. Next, Petronas also becomes F1's first regional partner. Malaysian oil and gas company Petronas has been unveiled as the first regional sponsor of the Formula 1 motor racing series. Petronas has served as the title sponsor of the Mercedes F1 team since 2010, and its regional sponsorship deal further strengthens its presence within the sport. And lastly, Petronas is one of oil and gas company that sponsored education to students. Petronas believes that education is the key to empowering communities to improve their living conditions and efficiencies, enhancing life and moving the country towards the more sustainable future. Petronas also have a commitment to Petronas Education Sponsorship Program in 2020 until now. Next, the weaknesses of Petronas company. The first one is financial planning of Petronas are not being managed properly and effectively. A researcher stated that in the year 2021, Petronas net cash generated from operating activities dropped to 14.34 billion from 17.64 billion. It shows that the company has poor financial planning. Next, the competition based on oil price. The problem of Petronas is competitiveness based on oil prices. According to Tan Sri Shamsul Azhar Abbas, Chief Executive Officer, the drop in oil prices was long anticipated due to crude oil glut and weaker global economy development. Petronas has always been cautious in its planning and has already factored in low oil prices. And lastly, competitors in the oil and gas operations industry can readily copy Petronas gas business's model. Cafe Mesra offers customers coffee and food experience with emphasis on fresh and healthy ingredients at affordable prices. The outlets will be strategically located at selected Petronas stations for greater convenience, but we can see that other oil and gas companies are copying the same idea as well.
The first opportunity for Petronas is Petronas can use the new technologies to implement a competitive pricing strategy in the new marketplace. There are various benefits to technology across many areas. Automation of processes can lower expenses. Better consumer data may be gathered with the help of technology, which also helps marketing initiatives. Next is diversity in realization of trends by consumers' behavior can open up new revenue streams for Petronas. To expand its non-fuel business in the food service or F&B industry, Petronas Dagangan Berhad, also known as Pet Dagang, recently opened Cafe Mesra, a new cafe venture. CEO Ian Malcolm Crodus of Mesra Retail and Cafe Sedian Berhad said the company was looking further in greeting customers to its cafe. For the third opportunity is racing partnership with Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula 1 team. Petronas has a strategic partnership with the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula 1 team, which has given them extensive racing technology experience. Starting the first track for Petronas is intense competition as many oil and gas companies arise. In the industry in which Petronas works, economies of scale are difficult to attain. This makes it easier for manufacturers with big capacities to have a cost advantage, while also weakens the danger posed by new entrants. Second is the rise in prices of employee salary may put pressure towards Petronas profitability. This means that the cost could increase for Petronas. The last threat is consumer tastes are changing and pressure on Petronas to constantly change the products. The threats for Petronas were that they did not have a wide range of products or that they could simply adapt or constantly change the quality of product to fulfill the needs of their customers.
Now, let's continue on the achievement of Petronas. The first award was Export Excellence Award 2021. Petronas Chemical Group Berhad has received Silver Award under Industrial Products. The event of EEA Gala Night 2021 was held at Shangri-La Hotel. This award was organized by the Star Media Group and in partnership with the Standard Chartered Malaysia. For the second award was Customer Experience Excellence 2021. Petronas Dagangan Berhad is one of the top 10 in leading CX brand in Malaysia. Global Customer Experience Excellence 2021 was given by KPMG Malaysia to the top 10 leading CX brand in Malaysia. The third award was Putra Brand Awards. Petronas Dagangan Berhad has received Gold Award in Automotive Fuel, Lubricant and Accessories. The Putra Brand Awards is the only brand awards in the country endorsed by Matrade and supported by the Malaysian Advertisers Association MMA, the Media Specialist Association MSA and the Malaysian Digital Association MDA. Lastly, Diamond Arrow Award. Engen Petroleum has achieved the most admired petroleum and diesel brand in Namibia. This was announced at the annual Professional Management Review (PMR). This award ceremony held in Windhoek at the Safari Court Hotel.
There are 5 problems faced by Petronas.
First, Petronas needs to aware person that giving bad reputation for the company. The cost of opening petrol station is 3 to 5 million ringgit. The question is, how to identify new owner are legal to have that huge portions of money? Are these legal persons or entitled or otherwise scammer? Therefore, Petronas need to enhance the legal criteria to avoid any scammer person that will be giving bad reputation for the company. Second, Settle applications are not fully utilized by society. Settle is simple and comprehensive payment system. Unfortunately, not everyone is fully utilized, especially veteran generation. We discover because they are still in the old versions using the card than the applications. We notice that they are unaware on how to use the advancements of 2D applications is one of the reasons. This indirectly hard for Petronas to switch from traditional payment method to advancements or more technology payment style. This can be said that settled applications are not fully successful yet. Third, Mesra Cafe open to boost the Petronas Limited revenue. Say Petronas Dagangan Berhad plan to expand its non-fuel portfolio through the food and beverage business. Another initiative where Petronas leverage the existing network and infrastructure to improve the retail offering and future-proof their business. But the limited number of Mesra Cafe opening are making the future customer from far and living far from the Mesra Cafe impossible to come. Next, lack of market research in Petronas, where Petronas missed the latest trend in the market that has been utilized by their competitor to raise the profit and gain customer trust. The insufficiency and not up to date will lead to the failure in identifying and understanding the customer needs. Lastly, asset concentrations in oil and gas. Many corporations, Petronas competitor in the industry are expanding into non-oil sector. It could be risky for Petronas to continue to have most of its economic interest in the oil and gas industry. It will affect Petronas revenue if major issue happening in the industry. Next, SWOT metric that divided into 4 parts. First, strength and opportunity of Petronas has a number of high-quality advantages that allow it to remain a market leader in business. This advantage not only helps in maintaining market share in existing dominance, but also helps in exploring to new things. Internal strength, where leverage of maximizing on external opportunity. As a result, Petronas has a presence in Formula 1 with the opportunity of racing partnership with Mercedes. This state that indirectly sell Malaysian items on board in order to get international recognitions. Along with that, Petronas is attempting to understand the consumer demand beyond oil and gas, and there are introduced settled applications to meet customer demands. Petronas' internal weaknesses is to ensure that the deficiencies is at the stock or overcome the sizings and opportunity. Petronas can use consumer behavior trends to improve market product demand predictions. Besides that, Petronas can implement different taxation strategy to address the issue of several regulations. Third, strength and trade. The use of a strength is to minimize the impact of the trade. Petronas, the trend by consumer behavior can open new revenue streams for Petronas to have the advantage to overcome the competitions in the market. Since that, Petronas has free cash flow, they can be utilized the money to conduct the project that can give employees enjoy environments. Therefore, Petronas cater the needs through the constantly notify the demands of customer requests. Lastly, weaknesses and trade. The strategy are to minimize the company weaknesses to avoid the trade identified. Internal of Petronas need to spend more compared to the competitors on training and development employees. That seems to be inspire Petronas worker through providing trainings to improve the employee engagements to retain talented employees. That's all for SWOT metric. I will pass to the next presenter.
The first matrix is BCG. The Boston Consulting Group BCG is a business analysis tools that helps shows Petronas where they stand in their market share and market growth. So there are 4 types of GCB metrics, which are stars, question marks, cash cow, and also dog. As for stars, it is the category of product that have dominant market share and fast growth, and also they generate large amount of money. So we put settled applications as the stars in Petronas. Next is cash cow. Here we put Petronas or business that has been operating for over decades and their market share is high, but the overall market is declining as company is managed to supply themselves rather than outsourcing it. The Petronas retail outlet is the question marks in the BCG matrix for Petronas. We decided that Petronas is still in question marks position on BCG matrix. The recent trends within the market show that customers are focusing more towards local food sold in the outlet. Therefore, this market is showing a high market growth rate. However, Petronas has a low market share in this segment. The recommended strategy for Petronas is to invest in research and development to come up with innovative features. This product development strategy will ensure that this strategic business unit turns into a cash cow and brings profit for the company in the future. And lastly, Petronas strategic business unit for plastic bag is a dog in the BCG matrix. For the past 10 years, this critical business unit has been losing money. It also operates in a diminishing market due to increased environmental concerns.
A QSPM metric is primarily used to assess several strategy options and identify the most alluring of the available method. The total attractive score of the QSPM matrix for forward integration is 3.1, while for the market penetration is 4.07 and followed by 2.9 for unrelated diversification. In this scenario, QSPM aided in comparing and assessing the different methods to identify which technique should be done first. This number shows that the second strategy is more attractive for Petronas to employ compared to the other two strategies. This is because Petronas is capable to market their product line using their market share and obtain the competitive advantage compared to their competitors. Other than that, they can diversify their product line such as petrochemical, consumer goods and lubricant.
Next, for strategy on problem 1, we discover forward integration since Petronas made contact with other company as direct supplier. In other words, it's made from an agreement with other company as direct supplier to use the product. Besides that, it's a strong recommended that the applicants read and understand the general guidelines. It's a must to have a clear knowledge in order to ensure that the applicants understand the agreement. As example, Petronas station in Malaysia are owned by a diversity of owner. They had received permissions and agreement by Petronas to use the product and open their own branch. Meanwhile, Petronas are having the requirement for applicants to follow the guidelines. However, to avoid any unforeseen event such as online fraud, scammer, this forward integrations appears to be one of Petronas' strategy for identifying in the early stage that strict norm and regulations that must have the legal criteria before entering or being entitled to own a Petronas branch.
For the market penetration, Petronas may increase their advertising expenditures by purchasing advertising slot. It may incur additional expenditure to the company, but the publicity might increase and the same goes with revenues. Our recommendation to enhance the business of the company is that Petronas may increase their advertising expenditures by purchasing advertising slots such as in billboards, televisions, or even in newspapers. These are the example of the advertisement that can attract every generations. Market penetration strategy also can be used to solve another problem, which is the problem that arises about Mesra Cafe, which is the Mesra Cafe is limited and not available in every Petronas station. If the marketing works, the demand from customer to open the cafe in their places will also increasing. Indirectly, it will make it easier for Petronas to identify the new location to open the Mesra Cafe. Petronas need to do a good market research before advertise any advertisement to promote Petronas or product that has relationship with it. Good market research will lead to a good marketing and also attract more revenue and also customers.
As we already mentioned in the previous chapter, we will utilize the unrelated diversification to solve the issue on Petronas about the excessive concentration in oil and gas. In this term, we are planning to collaborate with Starbucks Malaysia in making a tumbler. It is a limited edition tumbler and special collaboration between two different companies and industries that never happened before. We came up with the idea to make a green and glitter tumbler with two designs, and we choose the green color because it represents both companies, which are Petronas and Starbucks. It is an eco-friendly tumbler. Moreover, when the customer wants to buy this tumbler, they are able to use the Petronas Musra card and gain point with the purchase. In addition, when buying drinks at Starbucks, there will be an offer of 10% from the price of the drink if using this exclusive tumbler. I will present on the importance of strategic management. The ultimate goal of strategic management is to provide organization a competitive advantage over the rivals. Business must assess their competitive effectiveness and take the necessary steps to accomplish their long-term goals. Petronas may use strategic management to align with its market and customer and make sure it is executing the proper plan to solve the problems. Practicing strategic management are more profitable and successful for every business, including Petronas. They can prepare for the future and carefully assess their priorities that have influence over the long term, which is essential in the rapidly evolving business environment. Applying strategic management in Petronas can boost employee productivity, a better grasp of competitor strength and weakness, as well as a greater awareness of external risks. It is important to do strategic management in Petronas because it enables business to better explain the need for change to their workers and to implement change. Lastly, providing discipline and order to companies' operations, including both internal and external procedures. As in conclusion, strategic management is involves making important decisions, overcoming challenges, and taking advantage of opportunities. Strategic management demands persuasive leadership abilities. To remain in business for a long time, must come up with a solid plan for how it will compete in the market and win over consumers, shareholders, and be the first to implement the strategy compared to the competitors. Petronas should consider the strategy that have been mentioned and take action as well as solve their problems. That's all from us. Thank you.